So today, we are updating you on the Maury Show Heartbreak Survivors. Now, 2 years ago, we first met Chastity, who came here to prove that her boyfriend Jeffrey was the father of her daughter Layla, and that her estranged husband Wade was not. At the center of all this was Chastity's mother Kathy, who was determined to prove that neither of these men were the father. Watch this.
I love Chastity, and I know she loves me too. I came here today for two things. That is to win my wife back and prove that I'm Layla's father.
I'm Layla's father. She calls me Dad.
What do you hope to prove?
That Wade is not the father of my daughter Layla.
I don't want Jeffrey to be the father.
Wait a minute.
You need to stay out of it. Because Jeffrey he's not the little girl.
You need to stay out of it.
You need to grow up.
Get this little girl's face. Look at that. Chinese dad don't look like me.
When it comes to 1.5-year-old Layla, Jeffrey is not the father. When it comes to 1.5-year-old Layla, Wade, you are not the father. So, 1 year later, Chastity and her mother, Kathy, returned to DNA test two more possible fathers. A man named Clifton, who was accompanied by his wife, Tammy, and a man named Steve. Now, Chastity was sure Clifton was the father. Kathy was convinced Steve was the dad. Which one of these guys, Chastity, do you think is the father of Layla?
I think Clifton is. Look at her eyes. They look more like his eyes than they do his.
You know what Clifton says? He can't have children.
Since when? When was he diagnosed?
They told him when he was little he couldn't have kids.
Aren't you in the bed?
Steve thinks he's the father.
I told him from day one he was a possibility, but I did not think that he was.
You shouldn't be such a hoe and have 10,000 boyfriends, honey.
So? Is it your life?
No,
Is it your life?
How many men did she admit to sleeping with around the time she died?
At least 6.
So it was time to meet Steve and find out the results of not one, but 2 DNA tests. Steve, where do you live?
With Kathy.
With her mother.
Need a daddy and Layla, and she know it, and everybody else can see it.
How the hell did you know? Was you in the bed making the damn baby?
It's sad when she has so many men in between here and here that she don't even know.
Steve, do you want to be Layla's father?
Yes, I do. I mean, if you look at her, she looks just like mine.
In the case of 3-year-old Layla, Steve, you are not the father. Clifton, you are not. 0 for 4. It seems that Chastity was looking for love in all the wrong places. We spoke to Chastity. She says she's 1,000,000% single and taking time to focus on herself and her daughter. All right. Now, we have never seen a woman suffer more heartache on this show than another guest named Chastity, by the way. Chastity's journey began 11 years ago here. She suspected her boyfriend, John, had a secret fetish for cheating with pregnant women. That appearance was the first of 5 emotionally charged episodes. The first time we met Chastity, she was here to find out if her fiancé John had been cheating on her.
I got a phone call from a friend that John is sleeping with pregnant women, drinking their breast milk.
We asked you if you ever had sex with any women. You said no. That was a lie. You ever cheated with pregnant women? You said no. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Well, baby, I want to tell you that I love you. And I have cheated on you with your best friend, Jill. Listen to me. Yes, I believe I'm the father of the child.
John, you are not the father. And it didn't end there. Chastity and John came back a third time because Chastity's sister, Michelle, had a shocking confession.
John gave me $200 to sleep with him.
10 years later, Chastity and John returned because she feared he was cheating again with other women. You say you are a changed man.
My hours are on.
Since the last show, have you slept with a woman other than Chastity? You said no. That was a lie. So after the last show was taped, John finally admitted to our executive producer that he had a sex addiction. Oh, really? And he agreed to get the help he needed. But there was one caveat. Chastity herself needed to pass a lie detector test. That's what he wanted. Watch this.
Why do you care if she did the same?
I'm in love with her.
What did you find?
She comes home at a certain time every day with the job that she does.
Right.
Now all of a sudden she's 2 or 3 hours later.
What's going to happen, John, if she fails this test?
She failed this test. I guess I want her to go get help.
And if she passes,
You're going
I
to get
will
the help.
definitely.
during your relationship with John, have you had sexual contact of any kind with any other man? You said no.
You are telling the truth.
John, Chastity has lived up to her name.
Yes, she
because
has.
other than you, she is chaste.
We're going to find out whether you seek that help you said you would. It seems those two were maybe heading down the right path. But after, so much heartache, could Chastity forgive and forget? Well, Chastity's back here today. But is John with her? Is John not with her? Is she going to join the 1,000,000% single movement? We're going to find out. Chastity, are you alone or did you bring somebody? Wow, look at you have a seat right there. Oh, boy. Where's John?
I don't know, Maury.
You don't?
I don't know.
You have no idea. What finally made you cut it off?
I felt like I have been made a fool long enough.
Right. You all were together how long?
14 years.
14 years.
Yes.
So what's it like being single again?
It's wonderful.
Oh, it is.
It's wonderful. I'm finally happy, Maury.
What would you tell other women who've been through what you've been through? Time after time, you forgive, you take them back.
You're
then
worth more than that.
You're worth.
You're worth more than that. You're worth more than that.
Good to see you. I'm so
Thank you,
happy
you
you're
too.
doing
Thank
well.
you, Mark.
We'll be back right after